Hey children, we'll continue with the next sums from exercise 3.5. This is session number 20. Okay, so we were doing the fourth sum. 2 subdivisions were done and now we are in the third subdivision. Okay, now read the sum. A fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator. And it becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to its denominator. Find the fraction. Okay. Now fraction sum is not new to you. In the previous session also we did more or less the same type of sum. Now we have to do the same sum provided with in a different situation. That's all. Okay. Now as I have already told you, this sums in this exercise we are going to do only by the cross multiplication method. The instruction in the sum is you can do any algebraic solving, okay, but I want you to do only by cross multiplication method for more familiarity. That's all. Okay, it is a very easy method provided you remember the formula and take the coefficients correctly without making any mistakes. That's why I keep telling you, first you write the formula and also list the coefficients a1 a2 and b1 b2 and c1 c2 in order so that there won't be any mistake at all. So your working becomes very simple. Okay, now we'll continue with the sum. For this sum we have to take the numerator and then denominator. Suppose if the numerator is x, denominator is y, the fraction is x by y. Okay, now what is situation 1? Situation 1, a fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator. So it is x minus 1 divided by y is equal to, it becomes what? It becomes 1 by 3. So this is the first equation. Correct? Now what is the second equation? Second equation is, it becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to its denominator. So x divided by y plus 8 is equal to 1 by 4. These are the equations. But as it is, we cannot solve. We have to bring it to the standard form. Take the values a1, a2, b1, b2 and all, and then we have to solve for x and y. Okay. Now you cross multiply and tell me 3x minus 3 is equal to y. Therefore we will get 3x minus y minus 3 equal to 0. We will number this equation as 1. Now what is the second equation? 4x. Now you take 4x by cross multiplication. 4x is equal to y plus 8. Now you bring both to the LHS. 4x minus y minus 8 equals 0. So this is your second equation. Have you got it? Now after this what you have to do? What is your x1, what is your x and y? The solutions. So that's very, very important. So what I am going to do, I will write here x is equal to b1 c2 minus b2 c1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. You have to write. Then what is your y is equal to? Y is equal to c1 a2 minus c2 a1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. This is how it is written. Okay, c2 e1. Write clearly. Okay, a2 b1. Right? Are you understanding? So what is the next step? Next step we have to segregate. What is a1, what is b1, what is c1. Okay, so I will write here a1 b1 c1. Right? Now from the first equation, what is a1? 3. Second equation, minus 1. Sorry, b1 is minus 1, not second equation. a1 is 3, b1 is minus 1, c1 is minus 3. Have you written it? Have you all taken down? Now next is a2. So a2, b2, c2. So what is your a2? You tell me. Look at the second equation and write a2 is 4, b2 is minus 1, c2 is minus 8. Finish. That's it. So this is very, very important. If you go wrong in this step, you will have a tendency to make mistakes. Okay, please be very careful to write the numbers, write the formula correctly. Then you have to apply. That's all. Okay. Now what is your x is equal to B1 C2 minus B2 C1. When you are finding the value, you don't see A1 A2 values at all. B1 C2. It is minus 8 into minus 1 gives you plus 8. What is B2 C1? Minus 1 into minus 3. That gives you plus 3. Okay. But there is a negative sign outside. So we have to employ the negative sign here. So you will get minus 3 divided by, what is A1 and B2? Where is A1, B2? 3 into 1, minus 1. Therefore, it is minus 3. Then what is A2, B1? A2 is here, B1 is here. So 4 into minus 1 gives you minus 4. But there is a negative sign outside. Correct? So the negative sign outside makes it positive. So that becomes what? It is plus 4. So you are getting 5 by 1. That is x is equal to 5 is the answer. Okay, x is equal to 5. You can write like this. That is one solution. Is that clear? Now we will go to y. So what is y is equal to? Tell me what is y is equal to? It is C1A2. So when you are seeing y, don't see the middle at all. You can even cover your hand like this and then proceed. C1A2 minus 3 into 4. Minus 3 into 4 gives you minus 12. And then what is C2A1? Minus 8 into 3 gives you minus 24. But there is a negative sign outside, isn't it? So 3 into minus 8 into 3 gives you minus 24. Along with that positive sign here, negative sign here, that makes it positive. So divided by 3 minus 3 plus 4 again, you will get the value as 1. So this is nothing but 12. So y we have got as 12, x we have got as x. Therefore the fraction is, correctly tell me, fraction is 5 by 2. This is your answer. You can even write the required fraction and you can underline this, or you put a box and then finish the sum. Now how do you find out the sum is right or wrong? Apply it in the situations. So x minus 1 is 5 minus 1, 4. 4 by 12. What is 4 by 12, children? It is 1 by 3. Then x divided by y plus 8. So 5 divided by 12 plus 8. 5 by 20 we will get. What is 5 by 20? It is 1 by 4. So that way also we have got both the equations are satisfied with this value of x and y. Therefore the fraction y by 12 is the right answer. Correct? Okay, shall we move on to the next sum? Yes. The sum, children, you have finished it, and x by y is equal to 5 by 12 is the right fraction. And now this sum is not for third subdivision. It is sum number 4, second subdivision. Okay, please make a change in your notebook. It is sum number 2. Children, we will move on to the next subdivision number 3. Yash scored 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. Okay. So for every wrong answer, he is losing 1 mark, whereas he is getting 3 marks for every correct answer. Okay. Are you understanding? Okay. Next, had 4 marks been awarded? Suppose if this situation is not there. Had 4 marks been awarded? We are just imagining a situation which was not actually done. Okay, had he scored, okay, it is had he scored, had 4 marks been awarded for each right answer and 2 marks been deducted for what? For each incorrect answers. So for each incorrect answer, then Yash should have scored, he would have got it. So the future for perfect tense, 50 marks, how many questions were there in the test? Okay, so we are imagining a situation. In that situation, if this happened, what would have been his marks? So you have to understand like that. Is that clear to you? Are you getting it? Is that clear to you? Are you getting the concept? Understand the sum first. Okay, so this is a very common example that's been happening every day in your school life. We do correct marks and you also submit answers, and then you should know how to calculate the marks using linear equations. Okay, now here suppose what will you take as x and y is a big question mark. Here number of questions, and the question asked here is how many questions were there in the test. Suppose there are some, say some 20-25 questions are there, say. Some questions he got it right, some questions he got it wrong. We don't know the total questions, we don't know. And how many questions he wrote correctly, we don't know. How many questions he wrote wrongly also, we don't know. But the total question can always be found out by adding both the type of questions. That is the wrong questions and also the right questions we can add, we'll get the total. That is what we are going to do here. Okay. So you write here questions which are wrong. Number of questions which he did it correctly. Number of questions right. What he did right. So let it be x. And then the second will be number of questions he went wrong. Number of questions wrong. Maybe it is y. Okay, we have to assume like that. Now, here, how many marks you would have got for x questions which are right? 3x. Okay, how many questions you would have lost? How much mark he has lost for writing y wrong answers? So it must be simply y. So that 3x plus y, is it 3x plus y or 3x minus y, you tell me? It is 3x minus y. So 1 mark has been deducted. Deducted means we have to subtract. Okay. So from the total for each wrong answers, mark has been subtracted. 1 mark for every wrong answer has been subtracted. Y wrong questions, therefore y marks had been subtracted, and then he got the total as 40. This is equation 1. Are you understanding? Now similarly, the second situation, what would have happened? So that way you have to imagine number of questions wrong. So how many marks have been awarded? 4 marks for each right answer. So 1 question 4 marks. He had answered 4 x questions. So it is 4x. Are you understanding? And then y questions wrong. For each wrong question, the 2 marks had been deducted. Okay, so I can put minus 2y, and this way he has scored 50 marks. So 50 marks. This is situation 2. That is it. Are you understanding? Now first our challenge is to make it into a standard form. So we are going to apply the cross multiplication method. Minus 40 is equal to 0, and then 4x minus 2y minus 50 is equal to 0. So this is you can even call this as equation 3 and 4, or you can even make it as 1 and 2 itself. Because we are going to operate only with these 2 equations, we can call them as 1 and 2 or the rearranged equations. Okay, so first we have to do it. Children, we have got the 2 equations, correct? What are the 2 equations? 3x minus y minus 40 equals 0. 4x minus 2y minus 50 equals 0. Okay. Now we have to, what is the first thing to do? What is x is equal to? 3x minus y minus 40 equal to 0. So x is equal, okay, the equation first let me write down and then you will do it. And then 4x minus 2y minus 50 is equal to 0. This is the first equation. This is the second equation. Okay. Now after doing so, what you have to do? What is x is equal to? What is y is equal to? X is equal to b1 c2 minus b2 c1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Now what is y is equal to C1A2 minus C2A1 divided by A1B2 minus A2B1. That's it. So you remember the formula. Correct. Now A1, B1, C1, A1. What is your A1? 3. What is your B1? minus 1. What is your C1? minus 40. Now next we have to write A2, B2, C2. So what is your A2? 4. B2 is minus 2. C2 is minus 50. Okay. So you have to write like this. Finish. Now we have to go for the actual values. So what is x is equal to? It is B1, C2. So what is B1? When we are finding out for x, you don't see that a values at all. Minus 1 into minus 50 gives you plus 50. So we get plus 50 here. And then minus what? B2, C1. This is B2. This is B2. This is C1. So 2 into minus 40. Both have got negative. So it must be plus 80. But there is a negative sign outside. So I am getting minus 80. Clear? Are you understanding? Now what is A1, B2? A1 is 3. Now B2 is 2. So it must be minus 6. Are you understanding? 3 into minus 2, minus 6. And then what is A2, B1? 4. And then this minus 1 together gives you minus 4. And there is a negative sign outside, that becomes plus 4. On simplification, what do you get? You will get minus 30 divided by minus 2. So both the negatives will get cancelled. So you will get x is equal to 15. That is one answer. You can even underline and keep. Next, what is y is equal to? Y is equal to C1A2. Now in that case you should not see this middle value B at all. You don't see that. C1A2 minus 40 into 4 gives you minus 160. Are you getting it? Minus 160. Then again C2A1. C2 is here, A1 is here. So 3 into minus 50, that gives you minus 150, and then there is a sign outside, that becomes plus 150, and then we are dividing by minus 2. Okay, the same value only will come here, isn't it? Because this is the same denominator. So we will get minus 10 by minus 2, giving you a value 5. That means x is equal to, your x is equal to 15 and y is equal to 5 is the answer. Means what? X is the number of right questions, which is 15, and y is the number of wrong questions in which he has answered wrongly, that is 5. So what is the total number of questions then? 15 plus 5 is equal to 20. Okay, now you write here total number of questions. Therefore, total number of questions that you have to write, and then conclude the sum equal to 15 plus 5, that is equal to 20. Okay, so this is your answer, and before that you should have checked. So what is the checking part? Here 3 into x, 15. What is 3 into 15, my dear? 45. What is y? Y is 5. 45 minus 5 gives you 40. That is the right for the first equation. For the second equation, 4 into x gives you 15 gives you 60. 4 into 15, x value is 15, so 4 into 15 gives you 60. Minus 2 into y, 2 into 5 gives you minus 10. 60 minus 10 gives you what, children? 50. So that is also correct. Therefore, the correct solution is 15 and 5, and therefore the total number of questions is 20. You have to conclude like this.